What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory. Today, guys, we are going to be discussing League SBCs and why they are very important and why they are also near impossible for EA to implement into the game this year. Before we get into that, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. I have built the 86 plus Team of the Week pack. I have also got the Prime Gold Players Pack from the Daily SBC and the 80 plus World Cup 3 Players Pack. So we're going to start with those, and then we're going to get into the discussion about League SBCs, and more specifically, and not to like go over old ground, because this is genuinely just an interesting topic that I want to hear your guys' feedback on, but also more about how League SBCs are so influential and so valuable to me and my road to glory. But we'll get through that as we get through it. And here we go. Come on. Give me a Ronaldo and Mbappe. I beg you. Yeah, I'll take Haaland, man. Ooh, De Paul and Salaba. Another Argentinian. We don't mind it. And then we get Nacho Problem, son. Oh, he's tradable. Nice. I made a few little coins, guys. Nothing crazy on some French investments, but some of them didn't sell as well. So I'm gonna have to try and recoup all coins I can from there, and I might end off today as well with some 2-player upgrade packs. I'm not gonna do many of them though, because I don't think they're very good. But here we go. To start, not to end for a change. To start, the 86 plus Team of the Week upgrade is gonna be English Mason Mount. Man, I saw people getting so much good stuff out of this pack, and I got Mason Mount, worth less than the SBC itself. Jesus Christ. And we just used his red card in like a thing before. So, why are League SBCs so valuable, but also near impossible for EA to implement in today's game in FIFA 23 Ultimate Team? Before we get into that, I think it's fair to say that the World Cup promo has under-delivered so far. I think it's fair to say that most people would have preferred a World Cup game mode like the 2018 and 2014 games had. Even though the 2018 one became the Icon World Cup mode, I think that was still better, more engaging, more enjoyable than what we've got here. However, let's talk today about League SBCs and the ins and outs of why they are needed and impossible to implement at the same time. And the first thing is, and obviously you guys can tell that we're going to be walking through the menus a lot today, so there'll be no gameplay today. This is just going to be us in the menus. The first thing is, for me personally, League SBCs have become almost a focal point of the Road to Glory. And, obviously over the last week or two, I don't want to do the Road to Glory. Road to Glory is too easy. I'm doing the Road to Glory. I love Road to Glories. I hate Road to Glories. The same as last year, the same as the year before. But through talking about it and reading the comments from you guys and talking to people on Twitter about it and on stream about it and so on and so forth, one of the reasons why League SBCs became so pivotal to me and my content and the Road to Glory that I gave to you guys was because they offered, first and foremost, a way to make effectively unlimited coins. Because of bronze pack method, silver pack method, and just tradable packs back from the League SBCs, we had a continuous influx of coins. Now, I can still make coins, but just by trading instead. And I don't enjoy trading. That's just the truth of it. I just don't enjoy it. Otherwise, I probably would have engaged in trading long time before, because when you look at the traders that there are out there, it's easier to make coins via trading than it is via League SBCs. So that's the first thing, right? The first thing was that I loved the fact that I had a constant supply of coins, which meant when EA dropped a new promo team, for example, we've got this Path to Glory team, we would have been able to just go and buy most of those players straight away to play with them. Maybe not all of them. There's always those ones or twos at 500,000 plus coins that we would have had to work really hard to be able to buy. But just like today, there's Lozano 200k, Milinkovic Savic 200k, Pulisic 85k, Buffal 14k. I could probably afford him anyway. Carrasco 200k. You got Ito at 40k, Romero at 20k, etc., etc. Right? So we would have been able to build packs. Sorry, we would have been able to make coins to just go and buy those players and try them in a team, play some games, sell them on, maybe take a tax loss, maybe make a profit, but we'd be able to use them and move them, right? Or they'd stay in our team because we love them. Secondly, the packs that we were able to build via League SBCs gave us the ability to build up a bank of packs, rip them open, and hopefully pack something. And, you know, through the years, we've packed heroes, we've packed icons, we've packed team of the years, we've packed promo cards. And like this Friday coming, or the Friday just gone for the new promo team for Team 2 of the World Cup Heroes and Path to Glory, we would have sat there, we would have had a bank of packs to just rip through, hit one, put them into a brand new team, bang, there's our content. And for me, what that did in terms of allowing me to make content gave me the ability for quality engaging content, titles and thumbnails, and the how. And that's one of the things that I always prided my Road to Glories around, was showing people how to do things without spending money. And so people would say, how has he managed to get that team without spending money? And I mean, people still say that now, to be fair. How has he managed to get all those coins without spending money? How has he managed to get all those players without spending money? The amount of times I had to defend myself, which I shouldn't have done really, because, you know, the truth is in the videos. But the amount of times I had to defend myself from being accused of spending FIFA points behind the scenes and things like that was crazy. Not this year, because I've got 20k coins in an untradeable team, right? But that was the second part of the content. The third part of the content that I got from League SBCs was player SBCs, right? Although there was no player at the end of League SBCs anymore, the day that this Ansu Fati came out, I would have just completed him there and then. Don't you remember last year and the year before, we would go through times every like couple of months, every 3 months, and look at all the SBCs that I did and used for 3 games. He was a waste of coins, or that guy was a waste of coins. And Ansu Fati might have been somebody that I put into a team, played 10 games with, hated, never used again, loved, used for 100 games, played for 50 games, whatever the case may be, right? But because we had the endless supply of coins and the endless supply of packs and the endless supply of fodder, because of that, we had the endless ability to grind everything. And so when a new massive SBC comes out, for example, Frank Ribery or this Robbie Keane, I wouldn't be sitting here saying to myself, I don't know how to I can't get this Ansu Fati in 20 hours. It's impossible for me, because I don't like trading. So I'm just going to have to miss out. If League SBCs were there, I'd just grind them for hours and hours and hours, and then I'd be able to get Ansu Fati, right? And so for the content, it allowed me to, when someone like this Keane came out, I complete Keane SBC. Boom, there's the video. Guys, here he is. Let's see if it's worth it for you guys to invest your time in this Keane SBC. Is it worth it for you guys to invest your time in this Frank Ribery SBC? Guess what? This year, I haven't got a clue, because I can't afford to do them, because I can't get consistent fodder, because there is no repeatable, grindable menu content. So 3 absolute key facets of what League SBCs offered to me and my content have disappeared. And when I sat there and deeped it a little bit, and I try not to, I do try not to, but when I sat there and deeped it a little bit, I was thinking about today. And this is going to segue into the kind of like second half of League SBCs, right? I had this team, not this team. Even this team no one cares about. I had this team. And I was playing with this team in Rivals to try and get objectives done, whilst also getting the play 8 games in Rivals with 6 Path to Glory, with 6 World Cup Argentinian players. And I lost all 4 games because, hey, guess what? This team is not good enough to compete in Division 3. I'm coming up against people with insane meta teams, game after game after game, which I would do the same if I wasn't doing an objective. I know I can go and do it in squad battles, but... And the reason why is to get an icon swaps token. And I thought to myself, is that, let me do a video today about this team. Why? No one cares. And it again comes down to the why. People wouldn't watch my, there's a lot of Road to Glories out there, and some of them are thriving and some of them aren't. But you kind of like, you kind of like create a road, you create a journey for your audience. And my journey, although has always had gameplay involved, has never been focused around gameplay. So when I've started watching Boris Legends' Road to Glory loads, and he's so gameplay oriented. And I get a lot of tips from watching him, and I understand a lot about the game from watching him in terms of gameplay and game mechanics. And like, I try and focus on the things that he does naturally without actually having to say, oh, I'm going to do this for A, B, and C, that he just does because he's a great player. And I try and pick up on those things and implement them into my game. And whilst people can enjoy my gameplay, I haven't hit Elite yet. I've only hit 14 wins in week 1. Otherwise, I've gone 11 wins in champs. I haven't even played squad battles this year, but past forcing myself for some objectives. By all accounts, nobody cares about my gameplay as the focus of the story. It's fine to be that little side part. It's fine to be an episode. You know, when you think about Friends, the TV show, showing my age a bit, I guess, but whatever TV show you watch, right? Every episode has its own like little story, and then every season has its own like grand story. And the Road to Glory's grand story is about how can you take a club from nothing to the best possible club in Ultimate Team without spending money by grinding the game. And the answer isn't menus, isn't gameplay. So it always became menus. And there was the odd episode here or there about something completely different. Maybe it was gameplay related. Maybe it was something to do with like an SBC player, or, you know, foot champs rewards or something like that. But there was the subsets of the main storyline, right? And when I think about I thought about showing this team and the gameplay with this team, and I thought, when it comes to like building every SBC and and having hundreds of packs and having hundreds of thousands of coins, the thought process is always, how did he do that? How did he do those things? The thought process behind building this team, nobody says, how did you do that? And the thought process behind showing gameplay of me in managerial masterpiece to try and complete all of this crap here, right? The thought process isn't, how has he done that? The thought process is, why are you doing this? Why are you showing me this? Who cares about me scoring in squad battles with some Turkish league players? I mean, maybe some of you guys do, but the honest answer is no one cares. And so that is why, and I suppose I came to the realization today, that is why League SBCs are so valuable to me and my content, because I've spent years driving that narrative. And it would take me a long time to divert that somewhere else, and a lot of kind of like proper thought and hard work and effort, and it still might go wrong. So I'm desperate for League SBCs, right? The reason why I think EA can't put League SBCs into the game, and the reason why I think we might not see them this year at all, which pains me a lot, because I don't know what that, I genuinely don't know what that means for the future of this channel. We might have to come up with a new plan, right? The reason why I don't think EA can put League SBCs into the game, right? Let's start with these objective players. So first of all, these objective players are way behind the power curve on purpose. And that purpose is because if they're too good, you don't need to complete SBCs or open packs to get Path to Glory players or World Cup heroes, because the dynamic duos are insane. Now, these cards are all right. They're fun. They're decent. They do the job up to 6 wins, 9 wins in champs. You can easily get your 8 wins in rivals. Might suffer a little bit. Might not be too pain-free, but you can do it. But in terms of like just your overarching trying to build a real sick team, these guys are not meta enough. They don't cut the mustard. The reason why that's a problem for League SBCs is because if these were too good, no one would care about getting fodder to complete objective players, SBC players, I beg your pardon, or open packs in store. Because every time somebody gets one of these players that, for example, would be too good for a team or above the power curve or even in line with the power curve, now every time that person packs something of value, they're just going to sell it. and that causes a market to crash because they've got this untradeable card that's like a non-mover. And I tried to remember, I couldn't remember exactly when it was or what game it was, but in a previous game, I think FIFA 20, maybe FIFA 19, a Jamie Vardy Player of the Month got released, and it was about 20k, and the card was so good, and it crashed all forwards in the whole game. Every single forward in the whole game just started nosediving, because why would you have 1 million coins in an Mbappe or 1 million coins in a Ronaldo, or even 200,000 coins in like a special insert player name, when for 20k you could have gone and got that Jamie Vardy, who was a slammer of a player, right? And so it crashes the market. So these cards, although I would love these cards to be worth playing for, and whilst we are slowly but surely working through them, these are more of a collector's item. These are more of a show off. These are more of a like a, oh yeah, look at me, I did them, rather than I'm going to do these to use these, because there's no real place to use them. To continue on as to why League SBCs just can't come out right now, right, is because actually, in spite of the fact he's 4-star, 3-star, and has some issues, this Iñaki Williams is brilliant. This Degenek is not. These dynamic duos are not. This Ansu Fati is brilliant. This Kagawa is not. This Robbie Keane is insane. We have got some icons. This Frank Ribery is insane. We've got some more icons. We've got this David Silva, who is good. We've got Gakpo, who is good. Lever, who is good. Etu, who is brilliant. And especially in the current meta, brilliant. This Sanchez, although 3-star, 3-star, with that pace, that finishing, that dribbling in today's meta, brilliant. This Almiron, brilliant. This Rafael Leao, brilliant. This Terrier is a bit meh for me personally. And when we look at just those SBC players, there is already here, let alone what's gone beyond that's in people's teams that are OP, Benacer, Kessié, Alaba, Tellez, etc. There are some genuinely phenomenal players, meta-level players here. If everybody could just grind League SBCs, and I say everybody like everyone has the time, I know people don't always have the time, but what League SBCs open up is the ability to complete SBCs like this. Nobody is going to want Ronaldo or Haaland or Vinicius Jr. You know, if everybody could reasonably get in a reasonable amount of time Frank Ribery, nobody would want Vinicius Jr. anymore. Which means Vinicius Jr. would just get sold to the nines, and he's already cheap enough, his price will go even lower. If everybody could just go and get this Keane is outrageous. I've not used him. I know how this game plays well enough. 4-star, 5-star, right? Finesse shot trait, doesn't have outside the foot shot trait, however, has got outstanding stats. 91 stamina, brilliant pace, brilliant shooting, brilliant dribbling. I want this card. I need this card myself. Once I get this card, and if I've got League SBCs, it'd be easy. But once I get this card, even now in today's game, what's the incentive then to work hard to get a different card? There's none. And so if we get League SBCs, it's going to supply way more cards to the market that are golds. Already golds informs are on the floor. Most special cards from most promos are dirt cheap and worthless. And so they're also put in that same category of, I don't care if I pack that card, it's discard, or I'll sell it, or I'll just hold it for a laugh. Like, you know, maybe I'll use it one day, maybe I won't. Informs are just worthless. And for the most part, gold cards are worthless. And so if EA introduce League SBCs, Nation SBCs, whatever it may be, we already have a situation where players like Erling Haaland, who even though he's 3-star, 3-star, Erling Haaland is dumb broken on this game. And I genuinely mean it, dumb broken. And one of the biggest reasons is because he's 6'5" with blistering pace, impeccable shooting, and ridiculous strength and aggression. So over the top chip through balls are just magnets to him. Then you've got other players that are very, very, very good for very, very cheap. For example, did you know this year, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sui, has a minimum sale price of 159,000 coins. And yet, for 160,000 coins, which is obviously the first check that you can put to try and sell Cristiano Ronaldo, there are paid, or at least earlier there was when I checked check this time and see. There are pages of him. Yeah, still. Pages of him just not selling because his price range is too high. He is only 160,000 coins because of his price range. If they remove that price range, he drops down to 100,000 coins. Now, although Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't have quite the pace of, say, a Haaland or somebody else, he's high-low work rates. He's 6'2". He's 5-star, 4-star. He has custom animations. And with the Hunter Chem style, he gets 91 sprint speed and 87 acceleration with insane jumping and heading, insane reactions and composure, and insane shooting outside the foot shot trait, and has enough curve to finesse shots anyway. He is dumb broken and dirt cheap. We then have players like the overpowered defensive players. The only player out of the overpowered defensive players who's any reasonable sum of money is Virgil van Dijk, right? Virgil van Dijk is also like 100 some odd thousand coins, 140, 130,000 coins, right? Then you've got players like Ferland Mendy at 20k. You've got Tomori at like less than 20k. And I know I can hear already in my ears some people saying, what's wrong with that? Why does that matter? Surely that's good for EA. And it is good for EA. It's great for EA. Because now, yeah, look at that 17k with an anchor on. Now, people who don't play this game too much, casuals, can get a team of players that they love. And that is great for them. Genuinely great for them. The reason why that's influenced by League SBCs is with the market for so like really high meta cards, because Tomori is a ridiculously meta card, right? The reason why having League SBCs would be so bad is because a player like Tomori would start getting packed and sold and sold and sold. And so he would come down and down and down in price. And Ronaldo is only being propped up by the fact that his price range is 160k. Lionel Messi is already under 100,000 coins. We've got, other than Kylian Mbappe, in terms of flat out gold cards, in terms of just your in terms of just the gold cards in this game. Let me get the price list up here. We have got Kylian Mbappe 1 million coins, Neymar 300,000 coins, Ronaldo 160 propped up by price range, Van Dijk 140, Messi 100, Salah 100, Vinicius Jr. 80k, Kyle Walker 75k. Already the 10th most expensive player in this game is in the 50,000 coin range. If we have League SBCs and those get driven down, and as we've already established, informs are worthless. Promo cards have some value, but are very difficult to pack. Icons have some value, but are very difficult to pack. The World Cup heroes have some value, some of them as well. Some of them are dirt cheap, but the World Cup heroes have some value, but are very difficult to pack. When the gold market and the inform market and every card that's not an insane meta card from a particular promo, icon, World Cup heroes or whatever is worthless, who the hell is buying this? When you can go and grind League SBCs to get some packs, to get some fodder, you would never buy this pack, because even if you packed, right, for example, 88 Kroos, 88 Haaland, and 89 Heung-min Son in this pack, you are only making back about 90,000 coins. By packing 3 of the top 20 most expensive players, you're not even making the value of the pack back. Now, of course, you could have a discard inform sitting here. You're going to have some other players that you can discard or that might sell for like 3k or 5k. But what in the first place are the odds of you packing 3 discard players? In this pack, outside of certain special cards, there are only 6 cards in the whole game that are worth more than the value of the pack already. And so if EA introduce League SBCs, it will have another impact on the market to further drive them down, because loads of people are now going to have an endless supply of coins, an endless supply of packs, and an endless supply of fodder, which doesn't prop up the market, rest assured. I would be able to start completing all of these SBCs. I won't care about Ronaldo or Salah or Neymar or Mbappe if I could go and get myself Williams and Keane and Fati and Ribery. They don't want us to get those cards because they know what catastrophic impact it will have on the market. And I genuinely believe that is why we don't have SBCs, League SBCs yet. In spite of the fact EA said we would have repeatable, grindable menu content during the World Cup. I like this market, guys, is the lowest we've ever seen it at this stage in FIFA. Promo cards are discard price within seconds of coming out of packs. You know, we've actually got some of the Path to Glory players right now. Okay, some of them are a bit difficult to link and things like that, so it makes a little bit of sense that they're cheap. But we've got players like an 88 Romelu Lukaku who could still easily get upgraded with really nice pace. He's 80k, 80,000 coins. He's like Haaland V2. You know, he doesn't quite have some of the stats that Haaland has, but with a Hunter, he's 99 pace. He's got great shooting, good dribbling, great physicals. He's 6'3". He's 80k and has the potential to get upgraded a lot and get 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot, and he's 80k. The market is lower than we've ever seen it before at this stage in FIFA especially. And I personally think League SBCs would have a further negative impact on that, which ultimately would impact FIFA point sales because people would have even less reason to buy packs when they could go and just buy meta cards from the market for 20 or 30,000 coins instead. You know, you could literally do a champs run. You know, all you'd have to do is your rivals and champs, and even in rivals, the rewards here. Now, everyone takes packs because, hey, you know, packs are fun, right? But you could take this option here and get 25,000 coins and some packs. Now, imagine if that Lukaku was even like 40k coins or something. You'd be like, yeah, I'll get some match coins. I've already got some coins. I got 25,000 coins from here. Let me go and get that Lukaku. Same with champs, right? If in champs you're getting that team of the week pack, 30k coins, 50k coins for playing champs, the 100k in the other pack as well might net you 30, 40,000 coins as well. You made over 100,000 coins. You can go and buy yourself Ronaldo from one weekend league. It would genuinely be catastrophic. And it's had this impact on this game this year where objective players are way below the power curve. I mean, way below the power curve. SBC players are very good, but there's no way to get fodder. So people are heading to the store to open packs to get fodder, which is why EA are making so much money off of FIFA points. And even though the gold market is so low, people are still buying packs because it's impossible to get fodder. If they give you a way to get fodder, FIFA point sales just go out the window, man. People would still spend money on this game, don't get me wrong. But I think it would make a significant impact in FIFA point sales. And I think that's why we don't have them. And that's going to be the end of the discussion for today. I would genuinely, like, I would love for someone in the comment section to find a reason why I'm wrong. Because I really want to be wrong. Because I really want to believe that we are going to get League SBCs or Nation SBCs and they're going to be great. But that's my outlook on it. And if I'm right, I think we might not get them. And if we don't get them, we're going to have to rethink the Road to Glory. Not from a, oh, Road to Glory is too easy on board standpoint, but from a, I don't know what content to produce standpoint. So yeah, I'd love for somebody to be able to articulate in the comments why I'm wrong. Please prove me wrong. That's going to be the end of the video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.